Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singapour.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
In the news tonight, Pacific needs to unite in drug fight, says Police Commissioner. Women found guilty of money laundering to be sentenced tomorrow. And Fijian Elections Office goes full steam for poll day.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Drug cartels cannot be allowed to use the Pacific and its people for personal gain. Police Force Commissioner Siti Veningilio says drugs is fast becoming a big war for us in the islands, and the people are being affected by some who are out to benefit from exposing others to extreme danger. Felipe Naikaso has more.
The police commissioner reminding those present that the illicit drug trade has left its mark on some of our island nations, and one life affected is one too many.
We cannot allow them to use the Pacific as transit points, where they leave behind a devastating trail of broken lives, broken families, devastated societies and nations.
With new forms of synthetic drugs being manufactured specifically designed to beat the system, these law enforcement agencies need to also step up their game.
It's a constant race to see who can outsmart the other, which is why it is vital to stay ahead of this constantly evolving trade. The best way to stay ahead of the criminal world is to work together.
For the past 2 years, more than 1,000 referrals between member countries has resulted in the disruption of criminal activity.
Your combined efforts ensure PTCN and the Pacific law enforcement community supports each other in combating, anticipating, and adapting to the ever-changing transnational crime challenges we face now and into the future.
The main discussions during the meeting will be centered on combating illicit trade. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Suva High Court Judge Justice Salesi Temo, while convicting 2 former finance officers of the Pacific Theological College for money laundering today, said tough sentences are needed as to deter such crimes. The women were charged with laundering more than $582,000. Akosita Tale has more.
After an 11-day trial, it took only 55 minutes for 3 assessors to declare 2 women guilty of laundering more than $500,000, and today the High Court judge agreed with their decision. Between June 2006 to February 2011, 42-year-old Roshin Raj falsified documents and obtained more than $96,000 from the Pacific Theological College's bank account. The other woman, 54-year-old Renee Sobi, committed the same crime, paying herself more than $73,000 between June 2006 and February 2011. Jointly, the pair also obtained more than $412,000 between March 2010 to November 2012, stolen money that has not been recovered to date. Judge Justice Salesi Temo said the women were greedy, breached the trust of the employer, hoodwinked their supervisors, and stabbed the employer in the back. The defense in their sentencing submission requested lenient sentences of 6 years for Raj and 5 years for Sobi, while the prosecution requested 12 years. However, Justice Temo says jailing people for 6 years for such crime will only encourage Fijians, whereas a decade imprisonment will serve as a warning for those that want to steal from their employers. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
And we now join Akosita Tale, who was at court today and has been following the judgment. Akosita, what else can you tell us ahead of the sentencing tomorrow?
Jackie, High Court Judge Justice Salesi Temo today highlighted that of the pair, Roshin Raj looked more like the perpetrator that had planned the entire crime, while Renee Sobi only received the extra money that was deposited into her account. But her biggest mistake was that she was being silent when all these payments were made during the 6-year period the crime was being committed. And one of the mitigating factors that was put forward in court today was that they were both mothers and they had families to look after, to which Justice Temo replied and said that they should have thought of this before committing the act, because now their serious crime could mean that they could even be separated from their families. They have been remanded in custody and they will be sentenced at the Suva High Court tomorrow. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that update, Akosita. The Fijian Elections Office is moving full steam ahead for the general election with the unveiling of polling stations based in open areas. Party agents from various political parties have been reminded of their responsibilities in polling stations during the election, and this latest mock exercise was used to educate the agents on the process for poll day. Kelly Vavala reports.
The Fijian Elections Office today revealed the processes that will be taking place within a polling venue and the important role of party agents.
This morning's demonstration is going to enable parties to have sufficient material now. In order to have a free and fair election, parties need to train their agents very well.
Sanim says the mock was done in 4 stages, which party agents should closely observe.
It's not very complicated to undertake the role of a party agent. It doesn't need a whole day training, but parties must make sure that they design a very comprehensive training package for the agents.
These stages included the registration of polling agents, the normal process of an ordinary voter voting for persons with disabilities who already have assistance, and those that will need to be assisted by presiding officers.
The voting officer will come over and chat to the voter to find out what assistance it is that they require. Just takes them through what the process will be so they can visually understand what's going to happen.
This is how a polling station will actually look like. All FEO sheds will have the same design, ensuring it caters for all kinds of voters. Now, the number of FEO sheds that will be set up on election day is still yet to be determined as voter registration continues. Kelly Vavala, FBC News.
The second consignment of sugar to be exported out of the country is currently underway. Fiji Sugar Corporation CEO Graham Clark says the second shipment of sugar will be exported to China. According to the FSC, the last time Fiji had exported sugar to China was decades ago. The MV Araldale will load a little below 34,000 tonnes of sugar in Lautoka before it departs for Lambasa to complete the full load.
There's a lot of excitement to those markets looking for Fiji sugar. And with the right quality, it all depends about the price. We need to make sure we watch the world market, and if the price is right, then we hope to negotiate some more sales to Asia.
Still to come, the sacred Tambua and its sales to have a new vendor. And lack of residential lots fails to meet demands. Details after the break.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Wala na tunga ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere namuan.
Nevang go fane na tao no go singa toka, kita untuk talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
In its effort to help Fijians get access to a tambua or whale's tooth at reasonable price, the Itaukei Affairs Ministry will start selling them from its office. Concerns have been raised that buying tambua for traditional occasions is becoming an expensive and sometimes a fishy affair.
A pain of having to fork out more than it's worth, tambua prices have been catching the attention of many, including the Itaukei Affairs Ministry. Now, in a bid to counter those who use sales to their advantage, the ministry is embarking on a new route to help Fijians.
It's been too costly, expensive for them to buy from those commercial operators. The $100,000 is to acquire a machine that would determine the cost of the tambua in terms of its weight, and also to confirm that it's genuine tambua.
Most of the tambuas that will initially be put up for sale, including those that were confiscated in New Zealand last year, and also some will be purchased from pawn shops.
It really hurt that others are selling tambua at a very high cost, and I believe with the selling of tambua at the Ministry of Itaukei, somehow we'll maintain our traditional culture.
I'm really happy about the decision, especially when tambua is one of the items that is special to us Itaukeis, and when we bought it from the pawn shop, it's too costly.
I think it's a good decision.
The Ministry of Itaukei Affairs is expected to obtain a permit by end of November from the Environment Ministry to allow the selling of tambua. Negotiations are also continuing with companies for machines to weigh the tambua. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
The lack of residential lots to meet the housing demand for low-income earners concerns the local government ministry. Minister responsible, Praveen Kumar, says this is due to the lack of investment by previous governments. Sainiani Boiler reports.
The increasing demands for housing lots triggered the ministry to collaborate with the Housing Authority to find ways to deal with the ever-growing issue.
The reason is that in the previous government, they never had that will to do or carry out subdivisions. If they had the stock, we wouldn't have faced this problem. What we are doing now, we are building up on this stock. And I can tell you one thing, within given 3-4 years, we will have stock. People will have no issues in regards to the lots.
Housing Authority board member Nesbitt Hazelman says they're working on developing more units to meet the need.
It's important for us to get access to land, and we're always looking for the possibility of landowners freeing up their land for housing. So for us, it's a challenge. At the same time, it's an opportunity for us to look at other areas where we can provide suitable land and housing packages for the populace of this country.
Hazelman says the authority and the ministry are currently working on the new subdivisions in Mata Woliboli Nandi, Koroi Salu Salu in Tabua, Woliboli in Singatoka, Dabulebu in Nausori and Tabakumbu in Lautoka. Meanwhile, the new Nepani subdivision will be completed next month, and the Housing Authority is currently processing applications for the lots. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vorengem Bainimarama has sent wishes to his Indian counterpart Narendra Modi on his birthday. In his message to Modi, Bainimarama wished him good health, happiness and prosperity. He says Modi's exemplary leadership in leading the largest democracy in the world is indeed inspirational. He says Fiji looks forward to many more years of success in the future of Fijians. Bainimarama conveyed his appreciation for the friendship forged over the year on behalf of the government. Modi came to Fiji in 2014 for a day-long visit, the first by an Indian Prime Minister in 33 years. Women's Minister Mereseni Vuniwanger visited Korea to explore opportunities and see how services for the aged are designed, implemented and monitored. Vuniwanger says an increasing number of Fijians are likely to need some help in their day-to-day living due to old age and disabilities. She says her ministry is committed to achieve its mandate to address issues faced by women, children, families, persons with disabilities and older persons. During the visit, the minister saw firsthand the policies and programs in relation to aged care. The delegation, led by the minister, also visited the care facilities to study infrastructure designs and programs. And later on, we have more on the new Olympics. Sevens qualifies with Jamie after business. But before that, we join Rachel, who's here to tell us all about the money world.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening. And yes, coming up after the break, tourism numbers continue to benefit Fiji. And in Going Fiji, MOU for drainage maintenance signed. Stay with us.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Mariva. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In business tonight, international travel continues to grow rapidly, securing the tourism sector as a key driver of economic development. According to the World Travel and Tourism Council, the sector indirectly accounted for over 40% of Fiji's GDP in 2016. The council forecasts that this contribution is expected to reach 44.9% of GDP by 2027. The tourism industry directly supported 42,500 jobs in 2016. The council says it's imperative to pay more attention to what determines tourism arrivals in Fiji, not only from Australia and New Zealand, but also from other key markets. These were some of the findings published in the Economics Group working paper titled Modeling Fiji's Tourism Rivals. And Vijay Naidu has been named Chief Executive Officer for the Construction Industry Council. He's the first CEO for the council, which was previously led by President Gordon Jenkins. Another first for CIC is moving into the new office on the campus of the Fiji National University at Samambula, scheduled for October 4th. The council comprises of all major construction companies in the country. Time to join Sean from HFC Bank with the latest from the exchange market.
The US dollar holds the center stage after the United States imposed a new round of tariffs on Chinese imports. Although this appears to be gradually priced into markets, the major point of uncertainty is the likely Chinese response. Meanwhile, Australia's central bank sounded upbeat about a solid labour market performance, falling currency and resilient household consumption, but cited that trade tensions pose a material risk to the economy. Looking at the key events for the week, the Bank of Japan releases its interest rate decision tomorrow, followed by Britain's Consumer Price Index for August and New Zealand's second quarter GDP. So some interesting days ahead, and we'll see how it impacts the currency performance. Vinaka.
Thanks for that update, Sean. Taking a look at the foreign exchange rate set this morning for the Fijian dollar. US-China trade difficulties have created mixed markets. Our dollar gained against the US dollar, the PNG Kina and the Japanese yen, but slipped against the other currencies we cover as the markets adjust to the ongoing trade dispute. As for the commodities market, the price of oil continued downwards, closing at $68 a barrel. Gold was down to close at 1,198 an ounce, and silver closed at $14 an ounce. And in Growing Fiji tonight, drainage infrastructure in Fiji has deteriorated beyond serviceable life over the years, and the local government ministry is working to improve this. The ministry today signed a memorandum of understanding for drainage maintenance for municipal councils in Suva. Permanent Secretary for the ministry, Joshua Wycliffe, says this merge will help municipal councils utilize funds through the Maintenance of Drainage Municipal Councils program. This program has been allocated $3.8 million for the 2018-2019 national budget.
This merger transaction between Waterways and Environment is meant to provide an active political, scientific, policy-based, practical model intervention into your everyday flooding issues. So it's a very important decision made, and it is going to impact the lives of several Fijians.
And that's business for tonight. Jamie joins you now with sports.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Fiji Pearls drawn in tough pool for next year's World Cup. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The Fiji Airways Ndrua aims to get its National Rugby Championship campaign back on track in its second away match on Sunday against the Sydney Rays. Coach Senirusi Siruvakula says they've reviewed their 52-22 loss to Queensland Country, and while the players have identified areas they need to improve on, they've put the loss behind them. The Fiji Broadcasting Corporation and Vodafone Fiji have teamed up to support the Udunipotu Sevens that will be held at Subrel Park in Lambasa next month. 32 teams will take part in the two-day tournament, which also includes a Fiji Sevens development side. Vasnal Prasad reports.
The Udunipotu Sevens organizers are working around the clock to make the tournament a success and achieve what they have aimed for.
The purpose of this Udunipotu Seven is to assist us in the building of our church building that was destroyed in 2003 by Hurricane Amy.
The officials of the tournament are overwhelmed with Fiji Broadcasting Corporation and Vodafone Fiji coming on board as the sponsors.
Radio commentaries on Radio Fiji 1
for the semi-finals and finals, as well as delayed coverage on FBC TV of those matches.
So we're thankful that FBC has come on board with their reach in the Radio Fiji One and the Fijian radio station.
Fiji Rugby Union has also confirmed they will be fielding a national side in the meet.
We have reduced our registration fee from 500 to 300 due to the fact that there are a lot of tournaments going on in the north. We are giving, we understand the situation we are in, teams are in.
The tournament will be held at Subrail Park in Lambasa, and the winner walks away with $5,000 prize money. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Rugby Sevens Olympic qualification pathway to Tokyo 2020 was confirmed today by the International Olympic Committee and World Rugby. Netball Fiji has been drawn in a tough pool for the World Cup in July next year. The Pearls are grouped with Jamaica, South Africa and Trinidad and Tobago. Australia takes charge of Group A, while New Zealand heads Group B. Commonwealth Games gold medalist England leads Group D with Uganda, Scotland and Samoa. The Netball World Cup will be held from the 12th to the 21st of July in Liverpool in England. The Fiji Paralympic Association has received a major boost ahead of the 2020 Tokyo Games in Japan. ASCO Motors has thrown its support behind the association with close to $30,000 in sponsorship, which will assist in athletic development programs towards the Paralympic Games. Association Executive Josko Wakaniasi says they've already mapped out their plans for the next 2 years.
It's not a one-off support, it's in different phases. The commitment is quite long-term at it, and this can only result in better recognition and achievements by athletes with disabilities.
Today's Play of the Day is taken from Week 2 of the NFL, where quarterback Derek Carr of the Oakland Raiders showed immaculate vision and skill to throw a pinpoint pass to Seth Roberts for a touchdown in the third quarter against the Denver Broncos. That's it from sports tonight. Join Angie later on with weather, and in new media, find out just how much Apple makes from selling iPhones. That's coming up.
Narang golesenya, Obama kita nakas, dorong na kape, on Radio Fiji One, nandomoy.
Ayaw benyana, ito barong na Radio Fiji One, nandomoy wisi, hindi natoka.
Guado ilaisa ingatoka, rong na heramakawa ina Radio Fiji One ingatoka.
Radio Fiji One, nandomoy viti.
It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Such a fantastic day with loads and loads of sunshine throughout the country. It's been very humid as well. A coconut drink is a must in this hot weather. Taking a look in the west, it's been a sunny day with scattered clouds. Eastwards from Pekhabarusuva, also sunny with light evening showers predicted. And up north, it was fine and bright. At sea, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. For the tides, high tide at 1:57 a.m. with low tide at 8:30 a.m. Sunrise at 5:59. For tomorrow, sunshine will be around with light showers. Tomorrow's temps, it's getting a bit warmer and so are the temperatures. And looking further on to Thursday, situations look mixed between sun and showers. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, should stricter jail term be imposed for those who cause death by dangerous driving?
I think they should be given more than 2 years for careless driving.
To make the road a better place, make Fiji roads more safer, and yes.
I think that these drivers should be taken to task, so that pedestrians are safe while using the road, and it can stop accidents from happening on the road.
I think they should be given a strict jail term for drivers because they
cause the loss of the innocent life.
Oh, yeah, definitely yes, because they cause the death of innocent people.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, Pacific needs to unite in drug fight, says Police Commissioner. Women found guilty of money laundering to be sentenced tomorrow. And Fijian Elections Office goes full steam for poll day. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, do you think a hotline will reduce the litter problem in the country? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day sent in by Afrudeen, a gorgeous one overlooking Rakiraki town. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was the FBC News for tonight from the team, and I stay safe. Good night.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से। जैसे फ्रेंडी नोट मशहूर है, वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है, वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।